when Cub first started, when we opened our doors here in Illinois, we had among the highest average residential bills in the country and the highest average residential bills in the Midwest. And now we have among the lowest average bills in the country and the lowest in the Midwest. We want Illinois to have the most affordable, the cleanest, and the most reliable electricity in the entire country. And we're actually not all that far off from achieving that. There's still a lot of work to be done, but that is our goal. And I think that should be our goal, because at the end of the day, we're representing residential and small business customers, and it can be tough out there. And so there's these technological opportunities that have lowered costs, and so the cheapest electricity is often the cleanest electricity. And we have to make sure that there's a landscape, a policy landscape, that allows for those new technologies to flourish and takes the fullest advantage of them. That's certainly one of the things that I think we've been a pioneer in, is trying to find those ways and those policies that move the clean energy economy forward, but do so in a way that is beneficial for consumers.
A friend of mine was having issues with her utility bill, and she was like, didn't understand why it was spiking so high. And I was like, you have to opt into this thing that ComEd offers you. And she did, and she saved a ton of money. And she's like, how did you know this? And I'm like, well, there's this organization called Cub, and I've been volunteering for them, and so usually if somebody is talking about like their bills or an opportunity to take advantage of some kind of clean energy, that's when Cub comes up.
One thing that I think we've done well is establish credibility with key policymakers, and we can point to a track record that we understand the political processes and things like that. But at the end of the day, we're very, very confident that it's possible to solve for both affordability and environmental sustainability. And not only is it possible, we've actually achieved a lot of that in Illinois.
Cub has truly been an important part of the negotiations for CEJA. They are the voice of consumers, and it is so important to have them at the table. They really had to let people know that legislation on energy is not only pro-environment, but it's also pro-consumer and will save consumers money.
Obviously, Illinois' passage of the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act is historic, not only for Illinois, but for the country. And there's no way that the environmental community could have passed this legislation on its own. It took so many, and consumer interests were an essential part of that. And Cub's leadership there, we could not have passed CEJA without Cub's leadership in the beginning, in the middle, and all the difficult work we had to do at the end. So very grateful for Cub to helping to move Illinois to 100% clean energy in a way that centers equity and consumers, and looking forward to more wins in the future.
I think at the end of the day, the role we play is to make sure that bills are as affordable as they possibly can be. And that service is as reliable as it can possibly be in a world that is undergoing a very important energy transition to deal with climate change. And the end result has been we've been able to start decarbonizing our grid, and in fact, we're by 2045 now, we're going to be 100% clean electricity in this state. And at the same time, we've seen significant reductions in bills. The state has a lot to be proud of, and I think as part of that, we have a lot to be proud of.